want to do a video on health and safety for all-nighters. When you don't sleep a single minute and then you have to get up and go out into that big, fast, stimulated world where no one gets you, it's almost a given that something's going to happen. Our systems are already so overloaded. And if we think about it, like, we've got all this negative, heavy, intense stuff that we don't want in our system, right? That we're trying to get rid of. We're lacking, excuse me, baby. We're lacking in the things that we need. Um, so that's like really two heavy things on our system. So then to go on top of that, to not even go to sleep and then have to get up and push through all those things that are going to hurt us on a good day. So for me right now, I think it's been about a week since I've had my oil, and it's probably going to be a couple of weeks till I can get it all sorted again, because that one's back to square one. And last night I had no sleep because without the oil, plus a crazy amount of triggers and having trauma resurface and everything just being so intense, plus then going out and not being able to have it because I'm driving, what's been happening is no oil already, so that's just been cut from the system. And then not consistently microdosing my day meds when I should, and then coming back and like slamming my system with it and just powering through it, and then running out. And then having to get up and go and do a full day's work, driving and lifting heavy things, working around machinery, fast-paced movement, sensory, everything. How did I do it? And how am I going to do it all again tomorrow? Because I'm not even going to have day meds till Monday, because I wasn't able to get them because that place, like things didn't get delivered on time and blah, blah, blah. And now I have to wait and whatever. But by the time I get them, that's going to be 3 nights without even having the day meds to help me have my naps. Because when I don't have oil, I get by on naps by having cannabis, like the dry cannabis, because that one's for anxiety as well as the inflammation and pain terpenes. So basically, I know that for 3 days, I'm doing all-nighters. So what does that mean? How did I get through the day? At 5 a.m., I got up and spent a good couple of hours preparing and getting ready. Instead of just getting up and doing my normal morning routine, I did it. I microdosed my routine. I sat down and wrote a list and preempted everything that could go wrong in the day that would affect me and make me sick. So I had, I had a stronger herbal tea than I would normally, with extra things in it that I wouldn't normally have, that are actually, more for nighttime, like valerian and, stuff that most people would just have to try and go to sleep at night. So my breakfast concoction was a butt ton of chamomile with valerian, ashwagandha, rose, reishi, lion's mane, rosemary, because lion's mane and rosemary are really both good for cognitive functioning. The reishi and peppermint for my stomach, for if things were going to start setting that off. And then heaps of the anxiety and like nervous system ones, like skull cap, and had some jasmine and some sage. And then I had some goji berries because they've got magnesium in them. I had some walnuts and some pumpkin seeds, in my pocket. So that, because I know that the last couple of years, my hanger feels like some kind of sickness, like some mental illness, because weird things happen. Like, I can get to like this rage where I'm hitting my head, or I'm dysregulated and crying, or I lose my frontal lobe. Like, I can have a full blown episode and then eat a sandwich and be like, hey, what's up? And I'm like, oh, something's happening there. I don't know if it's because I've hit my head so many times, if I've lost weight rapidly, because I've lost so much weight and I'm just like malnourished, or if I've got some other d- d- condition developed, whatever. It doesn't even matter anymore. Um, the point is, I took everything for the issues that I have and for the issues that were going to be occurring throughout the day. And then I had to, had things like coconut water and up and goes handy so that I could just never get hungry, but also have like stuff to feel full and feel hydrated and my electrolytes. But then I had to think about the fact that I've got issues with my bowels and bladder. So if I'm eating more and drinking more during the day, then I need to have access to a toilet. And if I don't, I need to have my little portable thingy majiggy and some hand sanitizer and some toilet paper and like just really have all that sort of stuff. So I took a full on backpack today with everything. I even took my stake to put in the ground with a really long, like 5 meter lead or whatever it is, for Sadie, so that if I ever got overwhelmed and too busy and I couldn't, you know, focus on what I was doing and make sure she was, not running off or anything, um, I would use it. But I didn't end up needing it. She was fine. But yeah. So I've just planned my day around it. And I've actually just cancelled everything that I was meant to do tomorrow and everything that I was meant to do on Monday. Um, and I'm actually just going to spend the next 2 days just zenning and doing what I'm doing right now, which is just sitting on the grass under the trees, watching the birds. I'm about to watch the sunset, walking the dog. I might even go for a dip, for a cold morning plunge or something, and then you know, I might even go play some basketball or something. Because I've got a cheap basketball for Sadie and I can make a hoop out of anything. Like I'm gonna just start MacGyvering fun around in the bush and just really chill the fuck out and let go of my responsibilities for the next couple of days. And if I can't sleep, I can't sleep. Because I'm just gonna ride it. I'm gonna see it as a trip, and a journey, to really get in connection with myself rather than go out into the big fast world. I'm just gonna try and slow down and get inside myself and be cozy and chill and zen. I'll do some crystals. I'll do some tarot. Do some puzzles. I'm actually gonna use it as an opportunity to force myself to just stop everything because I've always been a big believer of finding the positives in the negatives, but the last couple of years I've just been so fucked up that I haven't. I've just been negative. So if I've got this opportunity to just sit in nature, I'm going to take it, even if I'm in pain, even if I'm feeling weird and I've got all these sensations going on. I'm just going to use it to train myself to get into the habit of slowing down. And then hopefully I can continue that rhythm and whatever once I do get back on my meds and everything. Uh, Sometimes it can be scary, but if you take the time to just slow down with it, it's like the Darwin summers. A lady up there when I was living in Darwin in the wet season told me, you got to slow down with it, because a lot of people up there get really sick because it's the wet season. If anyone is up there, has ever been there, there's a reason they call it Gone Tropo or Mango Madness, because people try to keep up the normal pace of life when the humidity's like, oh, wow, wow, and you can't. And then they're like, oh, you have to slow down with that weather and go with the pace of that. And that's the same mindset that I'm applying here. It's like when it's raining at nighttime, you're not going to drive the same way you would during the day, a sunny day, right? You got to change with the conditions. And that's where I've been struggling because I've been so fucked and I've had so much to do. And so many people do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. I don't have anyone on my ass right now. I don't have family causing me shame and fear and anxiety. I don't have system pressuring me and making me feel stupid or like triggering me. I don't have, um, you know, friends or people I'm trying to socialize with who aren't understanding me and I'm getting into awkward situations, haven't explained myself all the time. No, no. It's just me, myself, and I, and it is fucking amazing because it means I can tackle anything, even withdrawals, sleep debt, and all kinds of things. Hey, baby, mwah, give me a kiss.